Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss. About to start the Bang Your Boss route. Can you hear the joy in my voice? I came up to record, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna record. And I was like, all right, we get to bang our boss. I want to rip this tie right off this man. Anyway, we're gonna start a new game. Yes, we're gonna start our merry skipping through. Are you excited? Are you excited about banging our boss? Is this the title? Yeah, no, don't do that. We really need we should probably have a save that starts here. Did I say that though? I feel like deja vu. I said that when we started Kohei's route, didn't I? Like, we should have a thing that starts here, but I think I'm going to say the exact same thing as like, well, but it's kind of, instead of starting in the middle, we're like, hey, I'm starting on the title screen. So, whatever. I appreciate your concern. Mitsuki. I love you. You're precious. Hey, hotness. Liquor daddy, get me liquored up. Oh, he's going to be fun, too. Oh! There's our beautiful bitch of a boss. Look the way he grips that tie. It's like, oh, you better be about to rip that tie off and bang me over the top of this desk right now. What? Good morning! You come here for this unhinged shit. I swear to God. Like, I have to fix something at work. It's my own damn fault. But you know, I'm a perfectionist and I hate it. And there are times where I'm like, I'm not perfect at this. But at my job, I want to be perfect. And I don't know. And I know that's irrational and crazy. But like, we were on a call yesterday and someone's like, oh, this thing, it does this right here. And I'm like, oh, it was just an oversight. You know what I mean? It's not like the end of the world. It's not like I totally destroyed anything. It was just like, I fixed like 95%. And that's that one little 5% that didn't get fixed. Fuck. But I hate myself for it. I spent all of last night fucking miserable, beating myself up, whatever. I get on a call with the woman that's helping me do stuff, training me how to do stuff that I will hopefully never have to fucking do again because I'm like, I don't understand 90% of this and I don't know why I'm doing it because it's work that I don't normally do. So whatever. Ignore him and leave, and we're going to let our boss keep the stray cat. Anyway, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I am not okay. She's like, I knew you weren't. I could tell on the call yesterday. I'm like, I am like the most awful word. And she's like, mistakes happen. You're fucking fine. I'm like, I know, but I really needed to hear that from someone. So I'm like, thank you for being the voice of reason. Because I'm like, logically, I know. Shit happens. People make mistakes. It's fine. I didn't break anything. I didn't cost the company billions of dollars or anything. It's like, oh, something we were gonna let users have this week, they won't get for like a month now. Technically, they could still use it. It's just they'd have an annoying little thing. You're like, this one little thing would be annoying if you're there. It's not going to affect everybody. It's going to affect a handful of people. Just be annoying. You know? It's easily fixable. I think. I don't know. I've tried a couple things and I'm like, why is my child that I work on stupid? My child is stupid. I work on a stupid child. Anyway, we want to support our boss. But like, I was on the depression train yesterday and just feeling horrible and miserable and everything. And I am overly emotional right now to begin with because like hormone train, right? And like, so I'm just the worst. I can't do anything right. I don't deserve to even do like it was bad. I was being dramatic. I'm very dramatic anyway. Okay. And like talking to the woman at work and her being like, it happens. I'm like, I know. I'm dramatic. And like, thank God I work from home because I literally probably would have been under my desk having a not temper tantrum, but I would have been crying dramatically. And it would have looked ridiculous because I can't help it. I am just a very openly emotional person. Okay? I just am. And like, she's like, everybody feels that way when they make mistakes. I'm like, yeah, but everybody else can handle it. And they're like, oh, okay, I'll fix it. And they probably kick themselves. But me, I'm like, it's the end of the world. I'm the worst. Again, I'm dramatic and apparently I have no self-esteem. I don't know. Whatever. Like, you gotta hit me at the right time. Sometimes I'm like, I am awesome. And other times I'm like the worst thing ever. You never fucking know what you're gonna get, okay? Like, I'm crazy. We know this. But like, But after that conversation, I was like, I really just needed someone to tell me I'm being crazy. You know what I mean? I really just needed someone to be like, it's okay. Everybody does it. It's not a big deal. That's the nature of this job. You're always going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. And I'm like, and I really shouldn't kick myself for this because I've only been doing this for like 2 years. And I took on a lot of shit. And I'm like, I've done a lot of good fucking amazing shit in this. She's like, you have. And I'm like, see, I needed someone else to be like, there, stupid. You're being irrational. You know what I mean? It's like when you were like, I know I'm being a little irrational, and people are like, yes, you are. Everything will be okay. And you're like, I know that, but you just need someone else to tell you. So here's your reminder. When you're having a shit time, if you're having a bad time and you're feeling bad about yourself, you're awesome and I love you. Okay? You're great. Bad things might have happened or you might have made a mistake, but it's okay, Buttercup. You will pick yourself up and it will be better tomorrow. This is your moral support. And everybody give each other moral support hugs, okay? Because we all need it every once in a while. Anyway, let's go bang our boss. We're going to support our boss. I will support you while you lay on top of me on your desk. I'm just saying, this man better get fucking spicy. They all get a little spicy, but I need you to get real spicy. Anyway, you want to work with me? The majority of my work involves overseeing internal production and sales. There is a dirty, dirty comment in here. This is also why I'm off the rails, because, hi, we were on the depression train, and now we feel better, and now we're on a super high, and it's like, oh my God. Plus, I love this man, so it's going to be way more unhinged right now, is all I'm saying. You may not be able to imagine the work involved. Oh, I can imagine the work involved. I'm imagining the wrong type of work, but damn. We work in a porn office, right? Anyway. I figured the work would be unfamiliar, but I'm a designer, so most work for a starseed would be new to me. As the one who recruited you, it's my responsibility to make sure you're taken care of. Oh, you say that. I'm sorry. I really hope that the voice actor, when he said this, is like, it's my responsibility to make sure you're taken care of. I hope you said that in the porniest way possible. I really fucking hope you did, because that's exactly how I'm feeling it. And that better be how you said it to me. And look at the look on his face. It's not like, I need you to give me a little sexier face, but you just look very excited about taking care of me. And I'm all for this excitement, sir. However, I'll have you attend upper management meetings. Starcy's opponents will criticize what we do, but don't be discouraged. I'm gonna need you to give me some pep talks. And by pep talks, I mean sex on your desk. It's not going to get any better, guys. In addition, I will ask you to create reports and lend me a hand from time to time. Nothing that comes out of his mouth is going to, like, not make me think inappropriate thought. You got that one. I don't need to. Can't. There's something seriously wrong with me right now. I swear to God, I'm not drunk or high. I don't even... Okay. Well, I'm high on this man, but... And don't let yourself get behind on all the work that needs to be done. I want you behind me... Never mind. I don't have to say the inappropriate comments, because I've started the trend. You guys are on board. You already know. And if you're into him, you're thinking just as many pervy thoughts as I am. But also, I've got the ball rolling, so feel free to get as dirty and inappropriate as you want from now on, okay? Keep the ball rolling, girls. And anybody, and guys, and anybody, and theys, and whoever, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whoever you are that is here, he's, she's, theys, anything else that you want to go by, everybody that's here. It's not just women that can enjoy these games. Anybody can enjoy these games. So, you know, if you're a turtle, I'm sorry if I read too fast. If you're a turtle, sorry. Does anybody have a pet turtle that watches this with them? My bird watches these with me. Kind of fucked up. I shouldn't let you watch this and listen to some of the things that I said. He's sleeping. He doesn't mind. Anyway, even though I was intimidated, I responded with enthusiasm. Oh, yeah, I will absolutely respond with enthusiasm. Okay, if there's ever anything you don't understand, please let me know. And now then, Amasawa, Oh, the look on his face. Are you about to bend me over the desk and teach me a thing or two? I'm counting on you. Never mind. I'm just good. Wow. I've really got to let this go because... Oh! Look at him! Look at him! Look at him in his title card! Jesus Christ, you sexy little slut! Stop it! What a whore boss we have. Wait a minute. Oh, episode 1 goes straight into the routes? You know, I just played the other part, like, a day ago. Like, I'm behind on things, because, like, work's been getting crazy, so I haven't been able to record as much. But, like, and you know how I like to do things, one route in one game. I haven't been able to balance that perfectly with the games we're playing. So I did just, what's today? Monday, maybe? Like 2 days ago? Not yesterday, but the day before, I think? Did I finish? Kohei's right yesterday. I don't even remember. The days are fucking blurring together, but you think I would remember. I do remember that when they say do the spin-off thing, just click the A button, don't select. I got that, okay? Don't judge me. See, it's shit like that, guys. See, forever we'll remember how stupid I feel that, and then dear God. App company Astario. To avoid the cancellation of the company's namesake app Istarsi, Astario decided to revamp the struggling app. I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, okay, we're in his thing, so we can't, okay. About a week had passed since I was unexpectedly moved from the design department, and the mood was tense. So again, this is also another reason there's no point in, like, starting after the prologue, or at the prologue, because you skip for like 4 seconds. I was assigned to work under Director Kobase, oh yeah, who had moved from Content 1 to oversee Astarsi. Again, I'm really looking forward to working under him. After being transferred, I was so busy that it was difficult to think of anything but the work right in front of me. And the work right in front of me is our boss, right? Since other departments had transfers and staff increases in April too, the company seemed busier than ever. I finished my lunch outside and headed back to the office. My work would begin in earnest this afternoon. As I took my seat, I adjusted the hem of my shirt, then... You're back. Startled by the stern voice, I whipped around in a panic to see Director Kobase standing behind me. The moment I saw the director's face, I shot up from my seat nervously. See, it's like just keep pulling that tie off slowly, sensually, or rip it off and throw me down. I don't know, whichever one, I'll take it. So, just to sum things up, you'll be working on your new assignment starting today. That's you, right? What have you been working on since you arrived here? He probably just wanted to check on my work, but his tone gave me the impression he was angry. Oh, that's the kind of shit I love. He's angry and he's got glasses. Oh! Dear God. We're never going to make it through this route. I explained that I'd been studying Astarsi's history while finishing my remaining work at the design department. Since it was going to be a big part of my job moving forward, I thought it best to learn as much as possible about Astarsi. I see. With a curt reply and a grim expression, the director handed me a stack of documents. He handed me a what now? Oh, just document? Okay. Amasawa, you said you wanted to support me, right? God, yes. As I explained to you before, my job is to oversee the sales, planning, and editorial aspects of Astarsi. No matter how well the other members of the team plan and operate, without sales and proper supervision, Astarsi will not survive. It's a very serious responsibility. You understand that, right? That's why they gave it to you, Chuckles. I nodded firmly at Director Kobase.
And then it sounds like you're ready. First things first, you need to gain a better understanding of how our business operates. Having worked at Astario as a designer for the past year, the business side of the company was completely unfamiliar to me.
Oh no, I don't know why I was reading that in his voice. I'm like, he was a designer? No, oh my God. I was in the zone for a hot second. Having worked at Astario as a designer for the past year, the business side of the company was completely unfamiliar to me. It makes more sense when it's coming out of my brain. Determined as I was, anxiety swirled through me as I thought about all the new things I'd have to learn.
For the time being, you're going to be watching and learning alongside me.
Turning my gaze to the documents Director Kobase handed me, I saw a detailed copy of his schedule at the top of the stack.
Now, I have a meeting with my superiors. Come along and take notes.
I am basically your secretary, and I am okay with this.
Well, let's go.
Those were demands. Clearly I had no choice in the matter. There certainly wasn't anyone like that in design. Still, it was my decision to work with him. I just have to find a way to get along with him. Oh god, no. We know that he's a big fucking softie. It's so funny because, like, the first time you meet him, he seems like a hard ass. He's like, God, get the fuck out of the way. And then he gets you a juice and he's like, here. And then you're like, well, actually, like, look at you being nice, buying me a drink. Like, how adorable is that? Right after you were like, get the fuck out of the way, slow bitch. Here, have a juice. And you're like, excuse me? We know that the cold, aloof assholes are always going to be the marshmallows, okay? But he just flipped both sides right off the bat. But then, like, yes, he's stern and whatever, but we've seen in every other one, it takes like 2 fucking minutes for him to be like, guys, I'm a big soft marshmallow. Like, you know he's a big marshmallow. Okay, he's so squishy and soft. Like, he doesn't hide it well, but it's so funny because now in his route, this is the most bitch he's ever shown throughout the whole game. You know what I mean? And you kind of expect that when you're playing these games and you have the character like this, that he's always going to be with this attitude. He's always got the stern attitude. He's always a bitch. He's always an asshole. And you're like, I know when I get down your route, I'm going to like break through that and see the marshmallow goo on the inside. But they're always kind of stern and like whatever. And yet he's always been kind of, I mean, he's still stern in the responsible kind of way. Like, he's like a boss. He's not just like, he's not Mitsuki. He's not a labradoodle. You know what I mean? But he's always got more of a personality and he's still softer. He hangs out with we've gone to the bar with him. You know what I mean? And yet, in this route, you're like, this is the sternest you've ever been. I'm not disliking it, don't get me wrong. I just find it very amusing that they didn't, like, keep up his stern demeanor through all the other routes. So then when you get here, it's like, oh, look, he's a marshmallow. Now you're like, he's kind of a marshmallow. And then you get here and you're like, oh, now you're going to be crunchy? Okay. All right, I see. All right. Again, I dig it. Don't get me wrong. This is the kind of shit I like. I get off on this, so whatever. I hurried after him, carrying my laptop and writing materials with me. Upon entering the room, I saw other directors and even the company president seated with raised eyebrows. The mood was heavy as the meeting of executives began. Ooh, he's super important.
With profit margins being what they are, is now really the time to be dumping money into new ventures? What company in their right mind would want to bail out that app in the state it's in now? We're not here to talk about hypotheticals. We're here to talk about how things are right now. You say that, but I just don't see it. Either we cut our losses now, or we leave it to someone else.
Oh, that was an executive, not a director. Okay, they're two different people, but whatever. Look at him. Look at that look. He's like, oh, I got this. Oh, I love it.
I'm confident we'll see positive results. That's why we're focusing so heavily on new sales.
Despite the steely attitudes of the management team, Director Kabase pushed forward with his arguments. As I typed out the minutes on my laptop, I felt both inspired and slightly intimidated by him. Yeah, no, I know. Oh, I'm so intimidated by him. He can intimidate me harder. And all the inappropriate comments that follow that. Oh! We have our main antagonist! There was always one, right? Because there was Pretty Little Pixie Boy. Why can't I remember his fucking name? They put him, Tommy Kitten put him up here in his, Isaka, right? Wasn't it Isaka? Yeah. Who was Hyuga in Paradigm Paradox, by the way. Like, but anyway, he had a sprite, he was our antagonist. Doi had a sprite, he was our antagonist. So obviously Akio Imura is going to be our antagonist, but he's so adorable and he looks like somebody's next door neighbor dad. Doesn't he look like the next door neighbor dad? He looks like the guy that lives next door and like mows the lawn and like you just see him out mowing the lawn. Just, you know what I mean? Like Sunday barbecuing. He just like, and he's gonna be our antagonist. Oh, but then again, look at Isaka, who is like our beautiful fucking forest pixie, and look what they did to him. So, all right. Anyway, what do y'all think? Pretty good, right?
Well, I suppose, but...
And then it's settled. We'll give Director Kobase a free hand to handle the app for the next 6 months. Are you gonna be an antagonist somehow? Or he seems nice. You know? He's probably 35. I'm just saying, because do you notice that they give him some eye bags and just to make him look a little older, it's the eye bags and then the little wrinkles by his eyes and everything. Like they're like, let's make him look old. And it's like, this is what they do when somebody's like 30. And it's like, to be fair, Director Kobase should be in his 30s. You're not going to be a director at like 24, okay? And we're like 24 or whatever, so that man's got to be pushing 30. To be fair, he should be in his 30s. You know what I mean? I don't know how old he's supposed to be, and I don't know. But they did the same thing to Bar Daddy. You know what I mean? Liquor Daddy also, it's like, did you mean for him? And then it's like, he's like 32, and you're like, then why did you draw him like... To be fair, a couple of little lines and wrinkles doesn't make you old, okay? But, you know they're like, I want to draw them like they're basically dead because they're 32. And you're like, fuck you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. But meanwhile, when you draw a 16-year-old character and a 26-year-old character, there's no visible fucking difference. Maybe a little more muscle on the 26-year-old, but that's about it. That's it. Nothing else. Like, an inch on height, but that's it. But the second you hit 30, bags, lines, elderly. Like, oh, God. Oh, we're all gonna we're rotting away on the inside, guys. And on the outside, apparently. Anyway. He just seems so nice. He really does look like the next door neighbor guy, so.
Well, I suppose there were some aspects of his proposal that made sense to me.
Thank you. Look at him. I love that smarmy fucking look on your face. He's like, huh. With the help of the company president, I think Director Kobase was able to convince some of the others. Wait. Is the guy with the Sprite the president? Oh my God, no. This doesn't... Oh no, I'm concerned now. After the meeting, we returned to our office and Director Kobase taught me more about the business and his job. Because one guy that was talking was director, there was executive, and there was the guy with the name, which, Akio, whatever his name is. Why can't I remember his last name? But whatever, that guy, the guy with the Sprite, the dad, neighbor dad. Is he the CEO? Because that doesn't bode well. Because the characters with the sprites are always an antagonist for our boyfriends. So, like... Uh-oh. The day was coming to an end as evening approached. That's usually what happens. Director Kobase and I walked to the meeting room to have a discussion about the day's work.
I think that sums up the general points. Any questions? No? Then wait here a moment.
Just as I thought the meeting was wrapping up, his sharp voice gave me pause. Without saying a word, Director Kobase left the conference room. Are you going to buy me a juice? I wondered if I had done something wrong, and all my muscles tensed. After a couple minutes, Director Kobase returned with a pair of drinks in his hands. He's so cute. Silently, he placed a coffee in front of me. Okay, it's a coffee, but still, he gave us a little drink. It's cute. Give us drinkies.
Is black all right?
In response to his question, happy or sad? I would say sad because I much prefer cream and sugar in my coffee. We do say, well, this says upset. It was sad. Did he notice my discomfort? He raised his eyebrows.
What? Go on, drink up.
While I'm usually not a fan of black coffee, I'm also not one to complain about a gift. Gingerly, I took a sip. The bitterness of the coffee made me cringe involuntarily.
Is it too bitter?
Look at him! Every time he makes that face, I think of that salad cat. You know what I'm talking. You've seen Salad Cat before. You've seen it. You just a little white cat that just looks not the cat, the angry cat at the table where there's like not that meme. It's just this white cat that just looks pissed off because there's somebody's giving it a bowl of salad. You know what I mean? And I don't think the salad was photoshopped in. I think somebody was like, and the cat just has this face. It's this fucking face. That's all I see every time he makes it.
If you don't like black coffee, just say so.
That's why I did the upset thing.
Next time I'll make sure to get you one with milk and sugar.
He avoided eye contact. His embarrassment made me feel a little guilty about it. No, but it's kind of adorable, because, like, how's he supposed to know how we like our coffee? So it's fine.
And today was your first day, so aside from not liking the coffee I gave you, you're fine, I guess. I'm just kidding.
He didn't really say that. We then had a light interview, and he asked me how I was adjusting. I told him that although I had just started, I found myself awed by the complexity of the role. And I'm just weirded out. You brought me coffee, but not a French maid costume that you want me to wear on the weekends when I dust your knickknacks? Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I buff your banister? Other... You're welcome.
I see. Is there anything in particular you're struggling with? In the same way that you don't understand sales, I don't understand design. So if there's something you need, just tell me.
Oh, that's so cute. I could teach you about my job. Upon Director Kobase's urging, I told him what was bothering me.
I see. Perhaps gaining some experience with some practical work will ease your fears. In that case, perhaps I should start assigning you more specific tasks.
It seemed as though Director Kobase heard my concerns and was willing to adjust his work accordingly. Still, I couldn't help but feel embarrassed about opening up that way.
There's no need to be so stiff.
I want you to be the one that's okay.
Little by little, you'll get used to working for a Starcy. Or rather, you'll get used to working with me.
I know I will. Trust me. I will. Trust...
Still, time is money. If there's something you don't understand, come to me immediately.
With that, he got up and left the conference room. You're like, am I allowed to go now? I could tell he'd be upset if I didn't heed his words about asking for help. So I resolved to do my best. The next morning, with spring sunlight filtering through the trees, I came to work with renewed vigor. On my way to my desk, Director Kobase stopped me.
Morning. Here are your tasks for the day.
He handed me a paper filled with a detailed description of the day's work. In addition to design work, he asked me to research potential clients and follow up with existing ones. That was on top of preparing for meetings, contacting Yofi, and more. And Yofi is... either Secret Route 1 or 2. But not our next route. We got to do Rokuro, which I think is the prince guy, who probably has a cage. Didn't we surmise that he's so princely and nice, he's probably going to put us in a cage? Don't tell me there's no cage in the game. Let me figure it out on my own when we get to the end. Don't disappoint me yet, okay? I'll get to the end and be like, I'll forget that I even thought about it. No. There were a lot of new things to learn.
And previously, you were working exclusively in design, but now that you're working under me, you'll be doing that and more.
Oh, phrasing, sir. Which was totally normal, but I'm a pervert, so I'm gonna make it dirty.
As I said yesterday, time is money.
Am I a prostitute? No, I'm just kidding.
But that's no excuse for making mistakes in a rush. Remember that.
Don't rub it in my face.
This is all new to you, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
It was almost the same thing he said yesterday. He met my gaze seriously.
Do not hesitate to ask.
No matter how many times he says it, he just seems like the type of guy who'd get upset if you asked him for help, right? And yet we know what a big fucking softy he is, so. She voiced my fears. I hoped I wasn't so obvious while the director was around. Well, if you have any questions you don't want to ask him, you can always ask me. I sighed in relief, grateful to have a person like Oe as a mentor. During my work, I struggled with some unclear points in the documents. I was told not to hesitate to ask the director for help, but I took a peek over at Director Kobase's desk, but he looked so busy on the phone that I couldn't muster the courage to talk to him. It's kind of one of those if you have like three, you don't go over and ask a question and then come back to your desk and 5 minutes later ask a question, compile your questions. You know what I mean? Especially if he looks busy. So like, okay, I have questions about this, so let me write down what my questions are. Okay. And if it's in the middle of a task, let me see if there's another task I can do in the meantime. Okay, I can get these 5 out of the way, but these 3 I have questions on, so then you go to him with those 3 questions. You know what I mean? So, Lily was away from her desk, and it didn't seem like the type of thing to ask a superior about. Perhaps I could figure it out myself if I thought about it more. I don't think there's anything wrong with this mentality either. You know what I mean? Of like, you're like, wait, what does this mean? Let me try to figure it out. Look and see if I can figure it out. But don't waste 3 days trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, try to figure it out, and then if you're stumped, be like, hey, ask someone. You know what I mean? Like, there's a balance. There's a healthy balance between trying to figure it out yourself and asking for help. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to be self-sufficient. So there are going to be times where you're like, no idea what the fuck this means. What does this mean? You know what I mean? And other times that you were like, let me see if I can. Oh, okay, cool. I figured it out. And sometimes figuring it out yourself is going to lead you to remember it better. You know what I mean? If it's troubleshooting something or like, I need to get this document. Where the hell is this document? Let me poke around on different pages that we have and go, oh, it's here. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? Instead of like, where is this document? And they're like, go to the main page. And then scroll down and it's right there. And you're like, oh, look, actually, not like a man when you're like, can you get the pasta out of the pantry? And they're like, I don't see it. And you're like, I'm just going to move this can of beans and that giant box that's right there is what I'm fucking talking about. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta look a little bit, but not too long though. I decided to take a break and clear my head. After drinking some coffee, I sighed at how little I was able to accomplish on my own. I'm assuming, okay, I don't know, it could be, maybe it's Sprite Guy, or OA, it's someone, but it's gray, so someone's asking us, what's wrong, are you alright? Oh no, it's these guys. Oh, so it was OA, okay. Looking up, I saw OA and Saltame staring at me with concern. That was a pretty big sigh. What's up? Yeah, just tell us what's going on. We might be able to help. That's right, we're all ears. It was a silly thing to worry about, and I figured dwelling on it wouldn't help. This game is slapping me in the face with my own faults, huh? It's a silly thing to stress out about and hate yourself over, and dwelling on it and being dramatic isn't gonna help. It's okay, move on. Everything boiled down to being intimidated by Director Kobase and not wanting to disappoint him. Yeah, I don't want to disappoint anybody, and yet, well, nature of life, you're gonna always disappoint somebody. I decided to take the plunge and confide in them both, sometimes yourself. I disappoint myself all the time. I think I'd be used to it by now. I see. I was only half joking before, but I suppose it's true that Director Kobase can seem grumpy or frustrated sometimes. That's because I need to really get under him. And we'll work out all that frustration and he will not be grumpy anymore. I really hope that when we start boning this man, somebody makes a comment like, doesn't he seem like a lot nicer lately? What the hell? I really want that stereotype to just pop out in the game. Like, oh, you're grumpy. You obviously need to get laid. It's like, no, maybe I'm just an asshole, okay? You know what? Maybe I'm just a grouchy person. It has nothing to do with that. Maybe it's just Monday and go fuck yourself. It'd be funnier if this goes up on a Monday. I don't know when it's going up. Anyway. But you know what I mean? But there's the whole like, oh, ha, 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 you're in a bad mood. You must need to get laid. But I really want that stereotype to fit our boss right now. Where all of a sudden, like, not because he's grouchy because he's not getting any, but like, being in love with us makes him a little more adorable and squishy and softer, so people notice it and they're like, what is up with him? And you're just like, what's gotten into him? Well, he gotten into me, but like, whatever, you know? This thing would be fucking hilarious. Anyway, he doesn't really give off a conversational vibe, does he? It's no secret that Koba scares a lot of the girls in the office. Why? I mean, he intimidates me and scares me a little, but only, like, fear-erection-wise, you know what I mean? It's not really scared, it's just, God, he's so intimidating, and I love it. A girl said that he yelled at her when they bumped into each other in the hall. What is wrong with this man? Turns out he was just trying to warn her not to look at her phone while walking, but his raised voice gave her the wrong idea. But the thing is, he always listens and gives good advice if you talk to him. No doubt about it. I love how Mitsuki is being his wingman right now. It's so cute. It's true. He's the type to stay rational instead of emotional for work. Right? Oh, I love that. He's rational at work. Oh. It's rational on the streets, emotional in the sheets. Is that what's gonna happen? I'm here for that. Oh, God, he's gonna be so intense and passionate, isn't he? I cannot wait to bone this man. You guys come here for this, right? I heard that Koba personally selected all the members of the team for the Astarcy renewal. That means you're here because he has big expectations for you, right? Oh, great, now I'm really gonna disappoint him. In that case, don't you think you should have a bit more confidence? I didn't think Saltame's advice was exactly on point, but I nodded at him and he placed a friendly hand on my shoulder. Look, he's not wrong, and sometimes you need a pep talk, and there you go. I mean, Koba told you to just go and talk to him, right? So just go talk to him. You really are simple-minded, Saltame. But in this case, I think he's right. Anyway, if Director Kobase gets upset, we'll be here for you. Huh? Me too? Duh! As I watched the two of them banter, some stress lifted off my shoulders. But when I was alone, the little questions I had in my head kept bubbling up. I heard that Koba personally selected all the members of the team for the Astarcy renewal. That means you're here because he has big expectations for you, right? If that was the case, then why me? 'Cause you're hot and he wants to bang you. I'm sure it's more than that, but I'm just gonna go with that for right now. I really hope it's more than that, because, like, rude. I'm good at my job, I think. I was just some junior designer. I'd never worked with Director Kobase before, but he's probably seen your work and been like, yeah, you know, I think it's good. And she, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't get, like, I don't want to say top pick, but, like, the best designer in the company is probably doing other things. But you're looking and you're like, you know what? The design department would probably be willing to let her go and have me take her, you know, because she's relatively new. She's just a junior designer, but she shows a lot of promise. And I think that would really go far for us. And you know what I mean? Plus, you got Mitsuki's. They're a fucking genius over there. So you got Top Dog. And then you've got, like, you know, new girl that's got a lot of promise. And I think this could be good. I think this might be a good fit for you. And we could work with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sure, that's what it is. Because we're relatively new here, aren't we? As I said yesterday, time is money. But that's no excuse for making mistakes in a rush. Remember that. This is all new to you, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. He said, do not hesitate to ask. And we're still hesitating. He said it twice. They needed a designer who could work quickly and collaboratively, right? So why not reach out to someone with more seniority to do the job? Easy to mold. You're new. Twist you and warp you into the ways of not exactly corporate America. It's corporate Japan, I guess. But however, we cannot devote too many resources to a division of the company that may be shuttered. Maybe it was just hard to get someone to take the job. The Astarcy planning department was a small one. As a result, I got a wide range of tasks that weren't related to design. Perhaps experienced designers would balk at being asked to do something other than design. It made sense that a newcomer like me would be more flexible and convenient. I mean, I don't think there's anything untrue about this. I think that could very well be part of it. You know what I mean? You're a little more flexible. you're going to be a little more open-minded to doing certain tasks and things like that. Plus, you're new, so this could be decent experience. But I think it's more than that. I think it's more like, I think you have promise and everything. You're doing a really great job. I know you're new here, but you kind of want to nurture that and grow it and be like, and also get you a little more experience doing other stuff too, and like, while enhancing your design skills, you know? But there was no use dwelling on it. I just had to do my part. Throwing my coffee in the trash, I strode back to my desk. And also, I'm just saying, if you have coffee at work, unless you have a little machine that does it, you should just be using your own coffee mug and then rinse it out. So that you're not wasting shit. Just saying. I always had a coffee mug at my desk. We had those little, like, Flavia packets or Flavia pack or whatever, like a Keurig. You know what I mean? So you just, like, pop them in and, like, brewed a cup. So it wasn't, like, a coffee pot that, like, ew, it's been sitting here for days and nobody meant, like, gross. But it also wasn't, like, I push a button and then the coffee, like, you know what? You can get it, like, sometimes in, like, hospitals and stuff. It's, like, or at a vending machine. It's, like, here's the cup and then it fills, and then you get the paper cup with it. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming that's kind of what they have vending machines for coffee, but just saying, be less waste if you had everybody bring their own damn mug or gave them an Astario mug. You know how many mugs I have for my company? I think I got like 6 of them. Upon returning, the mountain of documents shattered my motivation. I didn't even know where to begin at the top. I simply wasn't getting anywhere. I made my mind to go speak with the director, but just then...
Amasawa...
Just as I was preparing to see him, I bumped into Director Komase.
Amasawa, what is it?
With his jacket on and his bag in hand, it was clear he was on his way out.
I've got a meeting at another company. I probably won't be returning to the office today. If you've got any questions, now's the time to...
As Director Komase moved toward his seat, I shook my head forcefully. No, girl, don't do this. I didn't want to bother him. He was very busy, and my questions were trivial. I told him it wasn't urgent. I would be like that. I do have questions. It's not urgent. It can wait. But,
Very well. I'll see you later.
It'd be fine. I was sure I could handle it on my own. Oh, we're going to fuck up and he's going to get mad at us. As Director Komase briskly left the room, I turned to the papers on my desk to figure out what needed to be done. The next morning, as soon as I arrived at work, Director Komase called me over to his desk. Why did you do nothing yesterday? His sharp demand made a dark cloud hover over the office. The tension was suffocating. With my stomach in knots, I made my way over to Director Komase's desk.
What is this?
The director's harsh voice flew across the room.
I just got a call from Yofi that the data we were supposed to send him yesterday never arrived. I wrote that in your tasks for yesterday. You definitely sent it, right?
Realizing what had happened, I gasped sharply. The thing is, if there were things that you couldn't figure out, you put those aside and you keep going. You just stopped? I did send Yofi some of the data, but now I wasn't confident that I sent him everything he needed. Panicked, I said that I'd confirm everything immediately, but just as I began walking back to my seat...
I've already checked and sent over the necessary data.
He didn't bother to hide that he was furious. I made a stupid mistake and the director was forced to cover for me. No, I like that. I'm like, you could have just asked him. And it's like, oh, but at the same time, I like that you're making him a little mad at you. Because, like, get him a little frustrated and mad. Oh, it's going to make it so much hotter later when you make him fall in love with us.
Why didn't you check the contents before you sent them?
Director Komase sighed and glared at me with his brows drawn together tightly.
If your task was unclear, you should have asked me to clarify it. It may be a small issue, but this grinds everyone's work to a halt. I told you not to hesitate to talk to me if you had any questions.
Not only was I unable to contribute to the team, but I had also burdened the director and everyone else. A deep pang of regret lodged in my chest.
You figured that there must be a way to solve the problem on your own? Am I right?
I nodded, but talking to him was difficult, and he seemed so busy. Still, it was a pitiful excuse for making such a big mistake. I admitted that I should have just reached out to him. It was my first job. Naturally, there would be things I didn't understand.
That's exactly right. I'm glad you understand. I'll be in the office all day today. I don't care how insignificant you think it is. If you have questions, don't hesitate to talk to me.
I bowed deeply and apologized before hurrying back to my seat to contact Yofi. Sure, there was supposed to be a sigh from him. Collapsing into my chair, I hastily sent an apology email to Yofi. I wondered if this would delay the project. That made me feel even more ashamed of myself for being so stubborn and afraid. While those thoughts haunted me, Oe gently sat down next to me. Hey there, you've been pouting all morning, you know. You really don't have to be so uptight at work. Just relax a little bit. I'm here to support you starting now. If there's anything you don't feel comfortable talking to the director about, ask me. She did also say that yesterday. Ask her if we don't want to ask him. And we could have said, well, I have this. Have you ever done this before? And she might not have known the answer, but you know what I mean? Having her right beside me for reassurance was comforting. It's like I said yesterday. If there's anything you need help with, I'm here for you. It turned out that Oe was a very attentive listener. Her smile helped me relax and open up to her. I suggested we could take our break together. Oh, you want to have lunch together? Of course, that sounds great. See you then. The men decided to go out for lunch, so Oe and I brought our lunches back to the office to sit and chat at our desks. I told Oe about how frustrated I was with my mistake and the trouble I'd caused Director Kobase. Oe nodded her head along to my story before giving me a firm slap on the back. Don't be ridiculous. You just started working here. It's only natural you'd start out causing trouble. You can always make up for whatever trouble you cause later. As a matter of fact, I used to screw up all the time. Make mistakes, get yelled at, make mistakes, get yelled at. That's how you learn, right? Okay, well, maybe not the getting yelled at, but like, make mistakes, be like, have somebody be like, I'm disappointed. I know, so am I. But, maybe you've got a bit too much work on your plate. I feel that. Oh, I let out a small sigh as she looked at all the papers strewn across my desk. I think it's probably because the director has high hopes for you, but this is a bit much. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry to bring this up now, but I've been swamped with the department changes and have been putting off some paperwork. Could you help me out? Do you not just... She was like, you have too much work on your plate. Could you help me? I already got Director Kobase's permission to have you work on it. After that, I'll help you with your work. Oh, I winked as she spoke to me. I wondered, when did she talk to Director Kobase about this? Maybe she reached out to him after she saw him yell at me. Regardless, I hadn't noticed them talking at all. It's because we were sulking. I would have done the same thing. Not judging her. Hello, did we miss our story earlier about wanting to crawl under my desk like a drama queen? So I absolutely would have been in my drama circle. Not notice them talking, so valid. Specifically, we're just trying to get rid of some old documents. If it doesn't look worth keeping, just go ahead and toss it. Why do I feel like now I'm going to toss something and then you're going to be like, I have no idea why she did it. Are you trying to antagonize me? Are you being my antagonist? Because I know you better than that. But like, girl, if you see something you're not sure about, just put it to the side and I'll check it out later. Secretly, I wondered if I'd be able to figure out what old material was worth keeping. Given the mistake I'd made just before, I found myself both preoccupied and nervous. Don't worry so much. All the old files are related to the design department. The director said that since that's your old department, you'd be fine. Forget I said that. Anyway, you think you can do it? If the job was related to the design department, I knew it wouldn't be a problem. I nodded firmly, grateful for the chance to be useful to everyone. I said I could do it. I wonder if that's why she's like, maybe we should give her a task that she can complete and then feel confident about. And then she'll like, you know what I mean? Because it's hard when you are like, I just did something wrong and I feel bad. And then you're like, oh, and then you're like having a pity party. Or just feeling bad about something you did, a mistake you made, but like then you do a task and it's like, yeah, perfect. And then you're like, yay! You know what I mean? So like if you're already feeling bad and then your work is like really like overwhelming that you just makes you feel worse. It just drags you further down. But then if you are doing a task that you were like, oh, I did that and oh, wow. And someone praised you for it, like, oh, wow, great job on that email or something. Or, hey, great job with helping me clean up these documents. You're like, yeah, you know what? I can do this. It's kind of like having a moral support person at work to be like, you're just being dramatic. Everybody makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's my phone, but, oh, hold on. Sorry, buddy. Don't know what a 351 number is, but we're going to ignore it. Sorry. I'm very sorry. I know. Are you okay? You going to be okay for a minute? I know you were sleeping so soundly. Don't get fidgety and need a bathroom break. You got a few more minutes, okay? Anyway. I know. I said I go okay with that. Awesome. Thanks a bunch. Sorry. I'm going to take this. Ellie answered a ringing phone and began speaking to someone. Yes. That's correct. I believe we have the documents for that. Yeah, I'll deliver them right away. Always stood up, inclined her head apologetically, and clapped her hands. Sorry, that was someone from Content 2. I gotta step out for a bit, so feel free to get started on your own. If anything comes up, just let me know later. After Owe left, I finished my meal, took a deep breath, and rolled my shoulders to relax. Just as I began sorting through the paperwork that OA assigned to me, someone came into the office. The director? No. Excuse me, I'm from the sales department. Is anybody here? The sales representative's face relaxed when he saw me. Ah, thank goodness. But I wonder whether you can help me. He spoke in a hurry, so I assumed his issue was quite urgent. Seeing as I was the only person in the office at the moment, it would be up to me to solve it.
I don't care how insignificant you think it is. If you have questions, don't hesitate to talk to me.
I knew that if I tried to do things on my own and failed, I'd end up causing trouble for everyone again. I decided to ask the man about his issue and figure out what to do from there. There's a contract template we give to potential Astarcy sponsors. I was hoping you could give me a copy of it. The company has done business with Astario before, and they want to do the same thing as last time. A contract template. Thinking back, I remembered seeing something like that the day before. I checked my computer and discovered a document labeled Sponsor Contract. I showed it to the sales employee to check if it was the right document. Ah, that's it. Thank goodness. I asked the man for the name of the company he was working with. It's the publisher of a magazine called Tauntaun. Tauntaun, a fashion magazine for women featuring seasonal photo shoots of actors, idols, and other celebrities. I remembered seeing something related on a nearby shelf. I pulled it out. Ah, that's the paperwork from our previous deal with them. Could I get that too? There's no electronic version. Well, I guess that's okay. Could you make a copy of it? Once you make a copy, could you just send it to my email? Name's Takeda, from sales. Yeah, use that email. Yeah, alright, that's great. Phew, you really saved me. My client needs this stuff right away. When I got here, I assumed everyone was already out for lunch. Speaking of which, you're that girl from the design department, right? I didn't know what to make of being recognized. I never thought of myself as someone who stood out from the crowd. Sorry, it's not like you're famous or anything. I just heard that Director Kobase handpicked you for this job. He's not such a bad guy, so just do your best. But he can be pretty scary, huh? Good luck. Anyway, thanks so much. I'll be back if I need anything else. I've been drowning in self-doubt ever since I moved to Astarcy, but hearing his appreciation made me truly happy. See? That's all you needed. You did something really helpful and nice and you did something good. With a much-needed confidence boost, I returned to my computer and began the afternoon's work. But I was putting my hand out so you could snug. However, that contract would end up causing major problems for me. Uh-oh. But I had no idea at the time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why? Why? Thanks to OA's support, I was starting to feel more comfortable in my chosen role. Then, one afternoon, while I was at my desk organizing some papers, Director Kobase came to see me. Wow, that all just came like, Director.
Come with me. I need to talk to you.
His voice was low and serious. Is this when the contract comes to bite me in the ass? Without explaining further, he led me into the conference room. Gesturing to sit across from him, Director Kawase slid 2 papers across the table.
Regarding that issue with the sales department the other day, the contract you passed along was out of date and should have been destroyed. The current one has been updated. Normally that wouldn't be much of an issue. However, the update had to do with a major change in our pricing structure.
Oh.
I believe you have access to the latest contracts. Did you not notice the change?
The severity of the damage I'd done came crashing down on me.
I told you, even if it's something small, you should always come to me if you have a question. You just started this job. You shouldn't be making decisions on your own like that. Do you understand? There are some mistakes that can't be fixed later.
We made him mad at us again. Finally grasping the gravity of the situation, the blood in my veins froze. All I could do was silently bow my head.
I understand. You're in an unfamiliar role. It makes sense that you're struggling. But that's precisely why you should come to me before issues like this can happen. And that's what OA and I are here for. Circumstances in our department are very delicate. I need you to tread more carefully.
Director Kawase's words struck deep. My face burned with shame. I knew that if I cried, it would only make things worse, so I desperately tried to hold back my tears. That would be me.
That's enough. Look at me.
The director gave my shoulder a reassuring squeeze. We made eye contact as I slowly lifted my head.
I'm the one in charge of managing your work. If you want to complain, you can tell me.
His tone was softer than the one I'd heard just moments before.
I've been asking too much of you. I'm sorry for that.
Even now Director Kobase put me, his employee, ahead of himself. His compassion reinforced what a capable and reliable leader he was. We need more leaders like this in the world, because, like, my boss is cool, but all of the people above her kind of suck dick. They're a big fat bag of dicks, to be fair.
Go home and get some rest. Boss's orders. Got it?
As I nodded, the corners of his mouth twitched into a small smile.
And come back tomorrow when you're feeling better and do your best, okay?
He gently waved his hand to dismiss me and returned to his seat. My shoulders sank. I returned to my desk to find a small pastry atop my keyboard.
How about something sweet to take the edge off?
Surprised, I turned around to see Saltame, Minato, and Oe standing there.
Seriously, not that face again. Don't worry about it. I heard they apologized and explained the situation, and the client signed the revised contract already. Besides, it's the sales team's fault for not checking the contract first. They're the ones that use it anyway.
I mean, valid. I gave them a contract, they should have checked it.
So don't worry about it, alright?
It's my fault, too. I didn't tell you about the new contracts. Don't be too hard on yourself. Let's just do our best next time.
Well, we all make mistakes. I mean, just don't keep screwing up over and over. So are you trying to cheer her up? Or was that just you being snide? Snide?
Oh, I appreciated their kind words. The special attention made me more miserable. I still felt embarrassed about making a mess of things, and I couldn't cheer up so easily. I was worried about how Director Kobase would see me moving forward. Oh, it's going to be so hard to get in his pants if he hates us. Seriously, don't beat yourself up. Oe patted me gently on the shoulder and looked directly at me. Okay, look, he told me not to tell you this, but the reason I came in to help you the other day is because Director Kobase asked me to. I blinked, not sure what she was getting at. He was worried he couldn't communicate well on his own, so he asked me to follow up with you. Also, it was Kobase who asked me to have you organize the old materials from the design department. I told you. He was like, give her a little... Did I say that? But it was obvious, though, when... Oh, it was like, well, the director... Never mind, what did I say? And it's like... He thought it'd give you a needed confidence boost, but that's what I said. I was like, you do a little task, you do it right, and then you feel good about yourself. I was shocked that Director Kobase had secretly given Oe those instructions. It seemed he wanted to support me in more ways than I imagined. Oh, he wants to support you against the window when you have sex. I'm just... Listen! Listen! You're thinking it too! You know you want it.
Classic, Koba. Smart but clumsy. The director can be strict, but that's just his way of saying that he believes in you.
It's exactly right. It's his way of saying that he wants to rely on you more and more. I couldn't have ever imagined the high hopes that Director Kobase and the others seemed to have for me. I told them that moving forward, I'd strive to communicate more and make sure there were no more misunderstandings. Yeah, that's the ticket!
See, that's what I've been telling you. God, you sure are a handful. You better find a way to make up for this.
Once again, I bowed to the three of them. How adorable. Look at our little work family. Okay, Bird, you're going crazy. But anyway, we're going to wrap this part up here because the perfect timing. And I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.